Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. So CMAT 2024 is done, and yesterday I appeared on slot two. Okay, and I had planned this session yesterday itself, but I was quite tired yesterday because my center was far off from my place, and I was quite exhausted after the examination in the heat and all. So now I'm going to take this session wherein I'll discuss all the questions. Okay, so CMAT gives you this liberty that you have enough time to note down all the questions. So I've taken down all these 100 questions. So we will discuss all the questions of slot 2. So the ones who appeared on slot 2 can watch this video and calculate their scores. And please note that do not discuss anything else apart from CMAT paper. The queries won't be entertained during the live chat. Okay, so if your query is related to the paper, only those queries shall be entertained in this video. Okay, so let's start with it. Before that, please do like this stream. Do appreciate the efforts taken by me to bring out the answers to all the questions. I hope you appeared on the test, and how did you find the paper? Please do let me know in the comments कि आपका कितना attempt करके आए हो और कैसे आपका रहा है. Okay, so if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for great content on MBA preparation. And let's start. Okay, so the results could take around 2 to 3 weeks. Like within 1 week, they should release the response sheet. Yeah, there are few mistakes in the paper, so that we will discuss. Okay, so that will be they will give that response sheet, maybe a few days to correct that, and then within 15 days you should be able to get the response sheet also. Okay, so please do like this video before we begin. So first of all, do let me know in the comments that how did you find the paper? Was it easy, moderate, difficult? How many questions did you attempt? I believe that like quant, reasoning, English were easy. The game changer would be GK here. Okay, because IND also थोड़ा बहुत common sense से आप कर सकते हो. Okay, and some obviously you read about those things, and then the GK would be the game changer because it was dominated by history. Okay, there are too many questions on history, so that will create an impact that how people fare up in the examination. And we had some static GK sessions wherein I told you ki what to read. Okay, so if you remember that I told you about different viceroys, कि अलग-अलग we took up a question and I told you that read about different viceroys. So if someone did that, must have attempted those two questions. ठीक है, तो viceroy वाला आया था. Apart from that, we did also discuss about Jainism and other things. Okay, so that would have helped you. All right, so let's now look at this analysis. So 20, this is the standard pattern of CMAT for the past few years, and like there is negative for every incorrect answer. So if you over attempted the paper, then it would have resulted in negative marking. Okay, all right, so let's now look at the section wise distribution. So DI का एक सेट आया था पाई चार्ट प्लस टेबल. इट वाज इजी. मतलब टिपिकल DI होता है कैलकुलेशन जिसमें करनी होती है रेशियोज एंड परसेंटेजेस निकाल के. लाइक एवरी डिसेंट स्टूडेंट वुड हैव बीन एबल टू कंप्लीट इट, राइट. कुछ ऐसा नहीं था कि उसमें लाइक कुछ बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट हो या बहुत ज्यादा सोचना हो, राइट. इट वाज डुएबल. नंबर सिस्टम HCF LCM से एक क्वेश्चन आता है. देयर वाज वन मोर क्वेश्चन ऑन नंबर सिस्टम. ओके, अरिथमेटिक से डोमिनेंस था. देयर वर क्वेश्चंस ऑन टाइम एंड वर्क. देयर वर क्वेश्चंस ऑन मिक्सचर्स एलिगेशन. ठीक है, रेशियो से क्वेश्चन था, राइट. परसेंटेजेस से क्वेश्चन था. सो अरिथमेटिक वाज डोमिनेटिंग इन दिस. टू क्वेश्चंस ऑन मिक्सचर्स एंड एलिगेशंस. गुड क्वेश्चंस. ओके, ऐसा नहीं था कि बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन थे. दे वर गुड वंस, राइट. मॉडरेट आई वुड से कपल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. मॉडर्न मैथ से 3 क्वेश्चन थे, 2 प्रोबेबिलिटी के थे. वन वाज ऑन कॉम्बिनेशंस लाइक टिकट्स एंड ऑल. Okay, geometry mensuration, there were theory based questions, theoretical questions wherein you had to tell that which statement is true, which statement is false. And in algebra also there was one theoretical questions based on graphs. Where will the graphs intersect? Okay, so that was for QADI. And now, if we talk about logical reasoning, it covered almost all topics. It touched all topics like arrangement se question tha, blood relations se tha, directions se tha, critical reasoning. There were three, four questions, number based puzzles, okay, which were easy. So, quant, I would say that it was easy to moderate. Moderate because some people might have struggled in these theory based questions, the ones who do not read theory. Okay, so then if I talk about the logical reasoning part, it was very easy. Okay, like alphabet reasoning, visual reasoning, like cube based, etc. Okay, clocks and calendar question were there, order and ranking. So it was all in all easy. इसमें मुझे नहीं लगा कि कुछ ऐसा challenging question रहा होगा. Okay, now, if we talk about the language comprehension, there was one short passage on altruism. Altruism means when you think about the other people than your own. Okay, so that was easy to read and understand. There were three questions on closed test. Closed test, those who do not know, is a paragraph in which three blanks were given. Okay, then three questions on vocab, synonym, antonyms, easy ones. Okay, idioms and phrases. So English also I would say was easy to moderate. Okay, idioms and phrases, foreign words जो आए थे वो easy आए थे. Although it looked कि easily it was people would have been able to match. अगर individual question पूछा होता, so then people might have struggled in it. But the kind of questions they asked were easy ones. Okay, so this is slot 2 paper. Okay, so I did not appear in slot 1. Once the response sheet are out, I can discuss slot 1 also. Okay, once that response sheet is out. So this I appeared on and I have noted all the 100 questions. Okay, so it was quite tricky there. Like I had, like they give those uh, like rough sheets, and I in one of the sheets I have written all the questions and got it. Okay, so it is quite a trick. I am expert at that art. So foreign words was easy. Parajumbles के दो क्वेश्चन थे, ये मुझे डाउटफुल लगे दोनों. Okay, one of the that Buddha one, the ending was not clear. It was ending in and, कुछ तो doubtful लगा. But let's see that uh, like जब response sheet आएगी, then we will check it better. Okay, and another one was also जो girl education पे था. I was getting C D A B, but they had given C D B A something like that, right? कुछ तो doubtful था दोनों में, right? Fill in the blanks के दो questions थे और grammar related five questions थे. Now there also there were theory based questions. Okay, that hardly is used in negative sense. Also, although that was doable, okay, ऐसा नहीं था कि difficult था, but theory based questions पूछे थे. Okay. Now, if we talk about the general awareness, it was dominated by static. Okay, and within that also history, like around five six questions to history के थे. There were multiple correct answer options, like पांच छह statements थे A B C D E. You had to choose which of the following is uh, like uh, correct. Okay, and current I would say that one was two. That also is now a static question. 2022 कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स, ये हमने जो वीडियो किया था उसमें भी बात की थी, कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स की रिसेंट वाला बात की थी. एंड वन was that vice president of India. Okay, I would say that these can be considered as current. Okay, rest was all static. And we discussed the youngest prime minister that also came, so that was just mere coincidence. Now, I&E, there were conceptual questions like design thinking. Okay, and there were other questions also. Now, I will say that this was could have been a tricky one. अब वो answer से ही पता चलेगा, answer key से, because there were some questions where I found that most of the like A B C D E most were correct. Okay, but that is like once the response sheet is out, then we will have the clear idea about those answers. There were questions on match the following, multiple correct options. ये वाला जो part था ये GK में भी आया था और IND में भी आया था, right? So that UPSC kind of questions wherein they give five statements A B C D E and you have to tell which of the following combinations is correct. Okay, so shall we begin with the question discussion? So please do like this video and then we will begin with the question discussion. Right, so chalo, let's move on to the question discussion part. Right, so let's see the questions of I and E. We are starting with I and E first. So we these are all the questions of this I and E part. Okay, some these multiple statement could be doubtful. ठीक है, वो जब response sheet आएगी, then we will get the exact answer. Okay, so like manager gets work done. This was easy one. Retailer is value addition. Entrepreneur risk taking. Businessman was existing business. Right, a person who grows the existing business. Okay, so this was an easy one. I think ये पहले भी आया हुआ है या कहीं तो मैंने देखा हुआ है. Hands-on learning, there were some statements I marked ABC and which looked the most appropriate to me. Okay, government interference in business, changing competition, yes, that is true. Cost of production is false. Like if the cost of production is increasing, right, the government would not interfere because that is not the reason, primary reason. Okay, the government interferes when there are lawful practices or uh, competitive environment and all. Okay, innovation theory is by Joseph Schumpeter. Okay, Shadi.com subscription model. Niche category. This was true. Targeting is the process of uh, targeting is the process in which you go to the niche category. There is a special category, so that is true. And segmentation and targeting are important. That was also true. Entrepreneur means to undertake. It's a French word. Last year पूछा था कौन से उससे लिया है लैंग्वेज से लिया है इस साल में आज द मीनिंग okay so in we did this in the class also that video which I made then there was like match the following plant and machinery tech uh, tech feasibility, right? Profit statement, financial feasibility, creativity and innovation, business ideation, and empathize design thinking. Right. So design thinking के steps पूछे थे. You had to arrange them in this. Okay. So the like it was. I think it was asked in the first slot also. So it was a repeat in the second slot. Okay. So design thinking steps. They were in this order as per the options. Okay. So it means empathize. This is the order: empathize, design, ideate, prototype, test. Okay, and then it was in this order. And business ideation is important. Elevator pitch is false because they had given the literal meaning. Elevator pitch basically means that a short speech. They had given that it is given in uh, an elevator. Okay, becoming entrepreneur, the most important quality is commitment. Okay, then if we talk about the bottom line measures, I found that all of them should be true, like poverty, and then it was uh, uh, illiteracy rate, okay, and some other factors. I mean, these are the response sheet will give you the correct one because these are subjective terms. Like unless one has read all those things, but I found that all might have been the relevant things. Okay, not relevant for judging market adequacy. Okay, that is labor market. Okay, brand का legal term होता है trademark. Smile loans ACD they are given for the SMEs. Okay, and among those statements, A, C, and D were correct ones. Okay, floral shop वाला जो question था, that means pitch deck. So you create one like presentation that is called pitch deck. So the presentation that you create for a business. Goal getting goal setting. I was goal setting something was related and in this also I found that all of the ones would be correct. Evaluation of EDP that was A B C D were correct ones. Okay, so these were the questions on I and E. Okay, so like some of these like especially these the ones wherein the statements were given ABCDE ये like अभी ऐसे याद भी होंगे आपको भी right even I have not written all the statements of those but when the response sheet comes you will be able to get the exact answers to these. Okay, then we will talk about the memory based questions of general awareness. Okay, first country euthanasia ये question wrong है. Yeah, that will be challenged because there were options Netherlands and Holland. Okay, so Holland is the same country as Netherlands. Netherlands was previously called Holland. So either both like the question would be scrapped, or people who want Netherlands or Holland would be given the marks. Okay. ASCII was false. It was American Standard Code. They had given Army Standard Code. Okay. COBOL was true. Common business oriented language. Okay. Then this was Viceroy based question. Vernacular was written. Okay. Indian University Lord Curzon. Indian University Act. 1857 revolt was Canning. Now one could have used this because Lord Canning was the first viceroy. Someone might have used this to connect it, right? And then there was local self-government, which was by Lord Ripon. Okay, Rudyard Kipling book, easy one. Jungle book, like काफी easy था. Then this was in arrange in order. Okay, so years were not given. I figured out the years and then mentioned this. So this was the order: Indian Air Force, then BSF, then NCC, CISF, and NSG. How many of you got this one correct? मुझे याद नहीं कि मैंने क्या मार्क किया था बट आई पुट इंडियन एयरफोर्स फर्स्ट ओके और सीआईएसएफ या एनएसजी में से एक लास्ट कर दिया था सो आई एम नॉट श्योर दैट इफ माय आंसर इज करेक्ट बट बाद में मैंने चेक किया तो दिस इज द ऑर्डर ओके इंडियन एयरफोर्स लॉजिकली इंडियन एयरफोर्स सबसे पहले आता है इन सब में से बट देयर वाज कंफ्यूजन बिटवीन एनसीसी बीएसएफ एंड अदर्स okay I mean if someone knew these 5 years great but I don't think many people would have known this so I would rate it as a difficult question. Then another question on Viceroy. So दो question तो Viceroy पे आए थे. One was subsidiary alliance, Ryotwadi who abolished this practice. Okay, dual government, Warren Hastings. So there was Lord Hastings, there was Warren Hastings. So Warren Hastings is associated with this dual government thing and civil services, something Cornwallis. He made changes in the civil services system. Okay, Jainism A and B. So there were 24 Tirthankars and some statement was 600 BC. Okay, Mahavir was not the first, Mahavir was the last one. Okay, and first NEP was in 1968. So second came in 1986, and the third was in 2020. So NEP, I guess we did some question. I don't remember if we did any question on NEP, but historically, if someone had read about it, must have attempted it. This was an easy question. Okay, this also Ustad Bismillah Khan was a Shahnai player. Okay, so अगर ये किसी को starting पता होंगे तो must have done it. Blue Revolution, easy one. Fish. Vitamins का जो था वो both were false. Okay, so ABC they had given fat soluble, but नहीं water soluble शायद statement ऐसा था ABC water soluble थे या fat soluble थे और B, E, K were water. Okay, that was given in the statements. So both are false. A, D, E, K are fat soluble and B and C are water soluble. Okay, does anyone know the answers to this? मतलब ये वाला आता था किसी को? How many of you knew this? Because science अगर किसी ने पढ़ी भी होगी, so like I would say that ये बहुत कम लोगों को आता है. Unless कोई biology student रहा होगा. ठीक है वरना ये रेयर लोगों का आता है. So I would rate it as moderate to difficult because there was too much static questions and history not everyone prepares well. Okay, so if you are a bio student then probably you would know this. Not difficult, also moderate because there were some easy ones also. That first Bharat Ratna not was not given to GB Pant. So rest three, like it was an easy one because people generally know who were given the first Bharat Ratna in 1954. Okay. Then Jallianwala Bagh, ABC, first three statements were true. Okay, it was by General Dyer in 1919, and one more statement was true. One obviously, someone if someone had watched this movie, Udham Singh, okay, must have known that he killed General Dyer in London. So that was some other person's name given. So using that, one could have answered it. Okay. तो ये उधम सिंह मूवी देखी है विकी कौशल की है दैट उधम सिंह सरदार उधम सिंह सो ही वाज द पर्सन हु किल्ड जनरल डायर पर वो क्वेश्चन में कोई और मेंशन था okay so that using that I answered the question because I did not remember all the facts of it. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar ये easy था because people generally know the current people. Okay, then Indus Valley bricks was true. Not familiar with cotton was false because they were cotton familiar with cotton and there have been like people have discovered something the kind of cotton they used. Okay, directive principles are taken from Ireland. So constitution से related question कुछ ना कुछ आता है. So if someone had read it, must have got it right. Ashoka was the son of Chandragupta. That was false. ये लोगों को generally पता रहता है. He was the son of Bindusar. And Kaling War was true. That Kaling War changed Ashoka as a person. Okay, that was true. Then there was again this was a science-based question. If someone has been a physics student, would know that like which of these is not a scalar quantity, right? So force is not a scalar quantity. Rest, work, because scalar and vector quantities, there are two kinds of quantities. In vector quantities, direction is also mentioned. So this was a typical physics question, and only if someone has studied science, अगर किसी को याद होगा, this is taught in I think class 11th where they teach vectors and scalar quantities. Okay, so force has a direction and rest were work and others. Okay, so that is a typical physics question. So typical bio question and physics question थोड़ा सा अच्छा question है, but of course a science student would have answered this, but there were two typical questions which not everyone would have remembered. Then youngest PM Rajiv Gandhi we discussed in the video. So ये overall paper था of the GA section, and I believe that like I would rate it moderate because it is a subjective thing. अगर किसी ने history अच्छी पढ़ी होगी, so would have found it easy because there were a lot of questions on history. And if one did not read history at all, would have found this as uh, difficult also. किसी ने history पढ़ी नहीं होगी, right? कोई छोड़ गया होगा, अरे history पढ़ने में मजा नहीं आता. Why should I focus on it? एक दो क्वेश्चन आएंगे. So that way it would have been tough for them. I would rate it moderate because ये सारे easy नहीं थे. Okay, voice Royce का connection, and even this was like I would rate that difficult questions. One was this one. Okay, this was easy, and then ये वाला typical question था. Okay, and not a scalar quantity. I would rate these also difficult because many people would not know the answers to these. Okay, so it was all in all a moderate one. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this session. So please do like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's now move on to the next section, that is language comprehension. Okay, so the passage was on altruism. Altruism basically means that when you care about others more, right, when you love others more than yourself. So that was the main theme of the passage. And C and E second was also the other option was also related to altruism. Okay, so that was the answer. Now close test, the three fill in the blanks were does, presuming and assumed. In my paper they were in random order, like this was the first question, this was the second question, and this was the third question. Okay, so first of all I thought that it answer galat hai, then I read the question carefully. It said that which would come in blank 1, blank 3, blank 2, like that. Now odd one out, I marked this because others are phrasal verbs. Okay, the phrasal others are phrasal verbs. Go fast is not a phrasal verb. Okay, I did not find any other reason why this should be odd one out. The teacher never sleeps in class because sleeps it's a habit. So habit is used in present simple present tense. Okay, office without pay is honorary. So this was one word substitution. Doleful antonym is synonym. Sorry, antonym is cheerful. It has antonym. अब कुछ लोग इसमें that mournful करके आ गए. Mournful is the synonym. So they had asked the antonym. So one had to read it carefully. He urged the council to reduce the rates. The council was urged to reduce the rates. Now sometimes like people might be thinking कि by him mentioned either. Sometimes it is silent in the sentence. Okay, so the council was urged to reduce the rates. Some people might say that ये question गलत है. That is correct. Sometimes we can remove also. We may choose to omit this part by him. Okay, so that was correct. Then there was this phrases. It was an easy one because like once in a blue moon सबको पता होता है rarely. Okay, in less than no doubt सबको पता रहता है. These are easy ones. So accordingly you would have walked. Or like अगर fits and starts नहीं भी पता होगा, so you could have used the other three to match. Okay, match the following था. So match the following का ये advantage आता है. If you know at least two of those, So you should be able to get that. Okay, so once in a blue moon was easy, and on the dot is easy, and in less than no time one could have guessed. So fits and starts at intervals, ये आपका मैच हो गया होगा. Okay, then these were foreign words, ये भी easy थे because alma mater लोगों को पता रहता है. Okay, and then we are like uh, de jure legal right, jure से आपको legal guess आ गया होगा. ओके, एंड इप्सो फैक्टो, फैक्टो से बाय फैक्ट निकल के आ गया होगा. क्वांटम मेरियट, क्वांट से आपको आया होगा रीजनेबल वैल्यू, एंड मेरियट मींस रीजनेबल, मतलब ऐसे आपने गेस कर लिया होगा. ओके, सो इफ लाइक ऑल्दो इंडिविजुअली पूछा होता, लाइक सपोज ये पूछा होता था व्हाट इज quantum myriad and given four options, you might have struggled using the options. Okay, similarly, had they given any other of these, people might have struggled, but it was a match the following and it was easy to do, right? So I would say that it is easy. So language comprehension, all in all, easy. The students got puzzled solving the puzzle. So puzzle is an adjective, and this was a noun. Okay, because we are talking the quality of students, right? What was the quality of students? They were puzzled. Okay, the students were puzzled. So that is the adjective, and puzzle is a noun. I wish it were true. इसमें both assertion and reason were true, and it was the correct explanation. Okay, so they had given this thing that like they were typical grammar questions. एक statement था very वाला. Okay, in this both the statements were true. That it is used with parts, participles, etc. And another was it is not used with uh, some passive something was there. Okay, so in my opinion, both were true. Hardly also was true. Hardly means almost nothing, and hardly is a negative word. It is not used with not. Okay, so hardly wala because negative कभी आपने, we will always use hardly. There is hardly any water in the jug. We never use not with hardly. So second wala भी true था, and hardly means it is absolutely nothing. Okay, जैसे हम we say that like we use hardly in a negative sense only. Okay, so that is was the case. Can earn, एक कोई fill in the blanks था, that was the answer was can earn. These I am both doubtful about both these, because बुद्ध वाले में तो सेंटेंस कंप्लीट नहीं हो रहा था, एंड बच रहा था लास्ट में. ठीक है, और अगर किसी और ऑर्डर में बना रहे थे तो सेंस नहीं बना रहा था. ओके, देन पैराजम्बल, दैट एजुकेशन आई वाज गेटिंग डी सी ए बी. Okay. However, ये वाला सेंटेंस however वाला था, ये पहले आना था और ये बाद में आ रहा था. Like it was saying that India has been working on education for decades. India is this. So two sentences. So DC ये थे. Then we talk about A and B. It was like the situation of girls is not good. However, it has not something like that, right? So if you appeared on the paper, I have not written the complete statements, but those who appeared on slot two and like attempted this question would agree कि कुछ तो doubtful लग रहा था, मतलब ये पहले आना चाहिए था, ये बाद में आना चाहिए था, but I marked this that looked as the most appropriate answer to me. So once response sheet are out, right, we can check this that if whether it is correct or not. Okay, then this was synonyms पूछे थे, so they had given four words. You had to choose which two are synonyms. So describe and depict are synonyms of delineate. Okay, so this was the English section, 20 questions. How many of you got, how many answers did you get correct in English? तो ये इसके questions थे. Then quant and DI if we talk about, so DI के answers थे 40 ratio 49 20% 2940. इसमें calculation लोगों ने की होगी निकाल निकाल के, but I would say that if someone did in percentage terms and found the average and then calculated multiplied, ठीक है, तो ये कर लिया होगा लोगों ने. ठीक है, थोड़ा टाइम लगा होगा मे बी दिस क्वेश्चन में. ये दो तो काफी डायरेक्ट बेस थे, इसमें थोड़ा सा कैलकुलेशन लग रहा था, but people must have got it right. DI 3 on 3, not no difficulty at all. This was super easy. There were four probabilities given and you have to tell that which one is which. अब ये वाला question I believe is a tough one. Some students might have struggled in this. So I will tell you that how to do it. See, it said that probability of A hitting the target is zero point 0.1, uh, zero point 0.2, 0.35 and 0.45. So what is the probability of hitting the target? Okay. So if A is hitting zero point 0.1, A not hitting is zero point 0.9, okay, B not hitting is zero point 0.8, C not hitting is 0.65 and D not hitting is 0.55. Okay. So 1 minus no one hitting the target. ठीक है सो ये आपका रफ एस्टिमेशन से आप कर सकते थे यू नीड नॉट कैलकुलेटेड ठीक है आप कर सकते हैं 0.72 और ये 0.3 सो 0.21 मतलब 25 मतलब 25% के आसपास ये बन रहा था ठीक है 72 एंड दिस इज राइट रफ एस्टिमेशन कुड हैव गिवन यू 25 so 0.75 के आसपास आंसर आ रहा था बिकॉज अदर ऑप्शंस वर फार अपार्ट. Now, if it was an examination wherein time is less, then you would have used approximation. If at all, like in an examination like CMAT, you could have calculated, you would have got this as the answer. ठीक है तो ये difficult लगा मुझे. Chord intersect was a theoretical question. Okay, so it is Px into Py is Pz into Pt. So it was a false statement. Second statement was like it was like Px is so this was a question that Px. Okay, so these were x, y, and z t. Okay, ये intersect होंगे. So first statement of course false है. That is a product, not subtraction. Okay. So now pzx is similar to pty. Now see this thing. Uh, ये सिमिलर बनेंगे क्योंकि ये एंगल सेम होगा ये एंगल सेम होगा and this angle would also be same. So this was a true one. Okay. Then it was like इनको अरेंज करना था ADCB आएगा. So this was like take the LCM of all powers and 24 आ जाएगा. Then you would calculate it. Okay, so this was easy one. You just had to do the calculation. Equal area was also easy. Okay, 6 liter, 6 water, 10 milk, half each पूछा था. Okay, so how would we do this is like 6 water है 10 milk है. So like in this we have water is 37.5% and we are mixing pure water. Okay, in this it is 37.5, 6 by 16 and mix करने पे 50-50 बनेगा right. So it is 50 and 12.5 so 4:1 में mix होगा. So that means if this part is being removed, okay, so this part is 4 and this is 1, so we are removing 1/5 of it. So typical question. Then this was 70% milk out, 30% water out, and it was 160 to आ रहा था. So 50%, 30% water out. So it was saying that 45% कुछ ये था exactly vacated by 55%. So the question was vacated. कर लेते हैं इसे देख लेते हैं क्या सही है. Vacated by 55. Vacated by 55% लिखा था. So that means 45% remain होगा. ठीक है. So yeah, so vacated by 55% means 45% बचेगा. Okay, so 70% milk out आ गया और 30% water out आ गया. Okay, so 70% milk निकल गया तो that means 30% milk बचा. Okay, and 70% water बचा. Okay, and that means total is 45%. Okay, so 60% milk plus water, 70% milk out, so 30% में बचेगा. So total 30 m or 45, so that is 25 and this is 15. So 5 ratio 3. Right? So milk would be 100%, water would be 60%. ठीक है, तो ये आंसर आएगा. देख लो, अगर देखो वेरीफाई कर लेते हैं. इफ यू फील दैट इट इज रॉन्ग, वंस मिल्क 100 ले लो, ठीक है, वाटर ले लो 60, तो 70% मिल्क आउट कर दिया, तो मिल्क का बचेगा 30. वाटर कितना आउट कर दिया? वाटर वी टू 30% आउट, सो वाटर बचेगा 42. ठीक है, तो कितना बचा? 72 बचा. ठीक है, कितना हट गया? 88 हट गया. वेकेटेड इज 88%. So 88 by 160 is 55%. That is correct. Okay, so the answer is correct only. Like किसी ने उल्टा किया तो that is wrong. It will be milk 100, water 60. So the question said that like milk and water आप option से भी कर सकते थे. I did it this way that 30% milk बचेगा and water will be 70%. Mixture बचेगा 45%. Okay, so you would got 5 ratio 3. अगर किसी को ऐसे नहीं करना आता, would have used options. So if there is 100 liter milk, 30 will remain, 60 liter water, 42 will remain, total remaining is 72. The question says it was vacated by 55%. मतलब 55% कम हो गया. ठीक है, so 55% कम हो गया, that is fitting. So that was the answer. Now I got why people, some people might have got it wrong is they might have taken like 88 here. Like अगर आप, it said it got vacated by 55%. ठीक है, 55% बचा नहीं, 55% कम हो गया. Okay, so remaining is 45%. So some people might have got this wrong. So I found that these two were difficult questions. अगर mixture allegation किसी ने अच्छे से नहीं किया, would have struggled in this. Okay, then perimeter sum was true. Now this was theoretical question. अगर किसी ने triangles नहीं पढ़ा होगा, would have not attempted this. Okay, so this was, I would rate it as a moderate to difficult question. Then ये आंसर गलत था. इसमें इन्हें दिया था 14.29. ऑल्दो मैचिंग वाइज आपने सही कर लिया होगा, बट it was यहाँ पे 60 होना चाहिए था, तब आता 14.29%. Okay, so this people might have my that was a wrong question, of course. Incorrect होना चाहिए, but match के according बाकी सब सही बन रहे थे, right? Mark price and selling price was given, that asked the discount. देन इसमें पूछा था कि इसमें सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉफिट परसेंटेज कितना होता है. दिस इज एन इजी क्वेश्चन, लोगों ने निकाला होगा, ठीक है, बट हाउ टू फाइंड आउट इज, सी 17/36 कितना है? 50%. 18/36 इज 50%. राइट, नाउ 50% सारे ऑप्शन में 50% था, माइनस 1/36, इसमें होगा 1/50, 1/40 एंड 1/60. राइट, सो इसमें सबसे कम वैल्यू आएगी इसकी. सो 50 माइनस लीस्ट वैल्यू, हाईएस्ट वैल्यू विल बी ऑफ 29/60. ठीक है, सो ये हाईएस्ट हो जाएगा, ये लोएस्ट हो जाएगा. सो आई थिंक हाईएस्ट टू लोएस्ट अरेंज करना था. सो इफ समवन कैलकुलेटेड, गुड, बिकॉज टाइम बहुत होता है सीमेट में, आप कर सकते हो. ठीक है, बैठ के कर सकते हो. अगर लेट्स से किसी और एग्जाम में आ जाए जिसमें टाइम कम हो, लेट ऐसे एन मैट स्नैप ऐसे किसी एग्जाम में आ जाए, so then use this logic that everything is 50%, minus 1/36 है, minus 1/50 है, okay, and minus 1/40 है, 1/60 है, ये least होगा, ठीक है, ये highest होगा. So when we subtract this, so 50 minus this will be the lowest value. Okay, so that is perimeter median was correct. Okay, both were correct. So perimeter is greater than the median sum. Obviously देखो, एक सिंपल सा ट्रायंगल बना लो, कोई भी एक राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल एक सिंपल से बना लो. ठीक है, सो अगर आप ये ले लेते हो, टू साइड्स ले लेते हो, ठीक है, ये कितनी आ जाएगी आपकी? ये 1√3. ठीक है, 2 इज ग्रेटर देन √3. ठीक है, 2 इज ग्रेटर देन √3. 3 बार सम ले लोगे, 2 3 into 2 will be. सिंपल था क्वेश्चन. आई मीन इट वाज अबाउट लाइक, अगर आपने ज्योमेट्री पढ़ी होगी तो आप कर सकते हो, नहीं पढ़ी होगी तो नहीं कर पाओगे. ओके, सो दैट वाज अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन इफ समवन हैज नॉलेज ऑफ theoretical concepts. Okay, so that is true, right? Quant, I found that everything was correct, and This is how you can do it. Simple terms. Okay, so if you take a like in such questions, take an equilateral triangle. That is the best way to do it. Right. So if you take the sides too, this is root three. So sum of medians is three root three. Perimeter is six. Okay, so then this was 2505 distributed 850 के easy था, right? कुछ दिया था कि some would be removed and all. Okay, and then this was an easy one. ठीक है, 10 stations 90 ticket, हर स्टेशन से like for one station you need 9 tickets. So that was also easy. अगर अगर किसी को नहीं भी आता होगा कि कैसे करना है, options ऐसे थे 90 91 92 93. Okay, so people would have done it. हाँ ये ऐसे coins था, इसमें coins थे. So that person was 850. Okay. A% of A again easy. That the question was what is A of B? Okay, so 100%. Cylinder cone 1050 was pure formula लगाना था. Volume of one cylinder volume of coal 1050 was the answer. HCF LCM sum was 504. Okay, so it was coming that let us say that numbers are 21A and 21B. Okay, so the product is 21 into 21 A into B, that is equal to 3003 into 21, right? LCM into LCF. So AB would come as 143 and they are different numbers. Okay, so A and B will be 11 and 13. So you would get 21 and this is 24. Sum is 24. So 21 into 24, 504. Okay. Graph equation A and D. Well, A said that infinite में parallel होते नहीं, infinite in no solution में parallel होती है, and if there is one solution there is intersecting. Okay, so theoretical questions, the geometry and this had some theoretical questions. Now I would rate that this question could be challenging for some people because they do not read about these things, graph chaos. Okay, and even this I would rate कि कुछ लोगों को नहीं पता होगा कि ये सब क्या होता है. ठीक है, और एक और था ज्योमेट्री का, हाँ, chord intersect. Okay, so this could be like I would say 14 15 तो लोग अटेम्प्ट कर ही लिए होंगे, रेस्ट वाज इजी. थ्री नहीं, एक दो ही करेक्ट थे. Now let's talk about the logical reasoning. Okay, logical reasoning. There was I will draw the figures also for reference so that you can get the answers. Okay, so syllogism में only C option दिया था, but I would say that either A or D or were also correct. Okay, ये भी सही होना चाहिए था, but they had unfortunately they had not given that as an option. That has to be the answer. मतलब ideally, ठीक है, but ठीक है only C भी आंसर ले लेता है because था तो only C correct, but A or D भी either of A or D. The correct answer, ideal answer should have been only C and either A or D. Okay. Then there was this seating arrangement in which the order was okay. So it said H is with respect to E, so third to the left. Okay, तो ये हो गया. Okay, then there was this square counting. So basically क्रॉस वाली लाइन ही हटा देते हैं. So, so you have to count the squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. अरे यार 12 स्क्वायर्स होंगे. इसका आंसर 12 होगा. आई जस्ट रियलाइज कि कैसे 12 आएगा. I made a mistake in this. Just now realizing the mistake. हाँ 12 होगा भी, अभी ध्यान है कि ये भी स्क्वायर बन जाएगा. आई जस्ट नोटिस. ठीक है, मैं 11 करके आया बिकॉज आई टुक दिस 8 स्क्वायर्स. ठीक है, पहले ये 8 हो गए छोटे वाले, देन दिस, देन दिस, देन दिस 11 और ये बीच में बन जाएगा 12 स्क्वायर्स आंसर होगा. ठीक है, मैंने भी 11 करा था. राइट, सो हो जाता है, गलती हो जाती है, इट्स परफेक्टली फाइन. Yeah, since I had to write the paper also, so like it happens with me. फैमिली रिलेशन था फादर इन लॉ, ठीक है, इसमें 76.25. इट वाज इजी बिकॉज हाफ प्लस 10 हाफ प्लस 10 करना था, सो इट शुड हैव बीन 74.25 आना चाहिए था इसकी जगह पे. Okay, so that was the one. Assumption both true. Okay, tight assertion. I guess that it was not the correct explanation. Not sure. Okay, gravitational pull is fine, but it said that they are periodical. Okay, so how due to uh, like how does that explain that it is periodical in nature? Okay, so that was, I was not convinced, but let's see that what is the right answer that will get in the response sheet. Okay, judiciary only argument one was strong because they can still take bold decisions even if like executive can still take bold decisions if judiciary is present. Okay, देन ये मुझे नहीं आया कैसे करना था बिकॉज सम वाज कमिंग एज 42. आई मार्क 55 ऑफ दिस लाइक आंसर एज 55 बट डोंट नो, ठीक है. लाइक रेन को ऐड करके 42 बन रहा था. मैंने थोड़ा एफर्ट लगाया, ठीक है, बट कुडंट गेट द आंसर टू इट. सो व्हाट वाज द लॉजिक टू इट? किसी को लॉजिक पता है इसका लॉजिक क्या होना चाहिए? रिवर्स काउंटिंग ऑफ अल्फाबेट्स. ओके, 108 नहीं 104. Okay, acha, got it. So if we take 13 plus 26 plus 18 plus 26, 26 and R is नहीं, R तो 9 होता है ना. 9. So 22 and 44, 66 सही है. So cloud will be 24 and L will be 15, 12 and U is 21, so 6. This is 20, 47, 47 में 74, 80. Okay, so I couldn't figure out the logic then. So the answer would be 80. So that way it is correct. Okay, so reverse ये उसमें ध्यान नहीं है कि reverse से किया हो सकता है. Okay, so that was the answer. Okay, and then we have uh, like this, because milk से butter बनता है, grape से wine, water you can get oxygen from water, but dead to diseases, incorrect. Okay, then shadow, the person was facing north. इसका आंसर OXR था, that was easy. This clock based question 2:48 p.m. Okay, easy one. Typical, you had to arrange that in like it was a proportionate one. क्योंकि अगर clocks आता है तो आपको कर लिया होगा. This was Sunday. Obviously leap year वाला fact लग रहा था. So these were like conceptual questions. If someone knows clocks, has studied calendars, would have done it. ठीक है, ऐसा डिफिकल्ट नहीं था. क्लॉक वाला स्किप कर दिया, कैसे करना था. सो ये दिया था कि ये कहीं मतलब ये मुझे लग रहा है कि मैंने कहीं एग्जैक्ट यही क्वेश्चन देखा हुआ है. सम स्टूडेंट्स हैव आस्क्ड इन द पास्ट. सो 10 AM को करेक्ट करते हैं, ठीक है, और नेक्स्ट डे 3 PM बताना था. सो द क्वेश्चन वाज 10 AM को करेक्ट करते हैं, नेक्स्ट डे 3 PM को टाइम बताना था. एंड इट लूजेस गेन्स 10 minutes per day. Okay, so we have so this was given that like the correct one and the faulty one. Correct one 14:40 minutes in a day, faulty one will go 14:50 minutes, right? Next day 3 PM, so this is 29 hours. 29 hours means like 1740 minutes. So ये निकालना था. ये आज आपका है रेशियो वाइज आ जाएगा 14:28 because this is 5:6. ठीक है, इसका 5 रेशियो सॉरी 17:20, इसको 5:6 में ले लोगे So you will get 1728. So इससे 12 less हो गया. So that is why it will be 248. Okay. Correct reasoning and assertion. See, reasoning was there, but like whether it is correct reasoning, uh, like how is it periodical? Why is the reason that it is periodical? That I mean, maybe it may be correct also. Okay, but I found that it was not the correct reason. I mean, of course, both the things are correct, but like how does it explain that it is periodic in nature? The assertion was it is periodic in nature. Okay, so yes, moon se hota hai, but how is it periodic? Then fire ashes, explosion, debris. I had took the exact one in my mouth also. Uh, Sita Gita 40-meter distance. It was easy one. Okay. Explosion, no, that is not flames. So when explosion happens, whatever remains is called debris. Okay, not flames. Cube वाला 413 था. Cube का diagram बना देते हैं. So it was this cube. Okay, so 2, 3, 1, 5 and 4 and 6. So 4 6 ऑपोजिट हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, 2 1 ऑपोजिट हो जाएंगे. सो रीजनिंग आई फेल्ट कि अगर किसी ने होलिस्टिक रीजनिंग प्रिपरेशन की होगी सो वुड हैव डन इट. सो 4 1 3 ऐसे वाला जो दिख रहा था दैट वाज द आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन. Okay, so 4 1 3 because you will see only one pair or rest में all opposite आ रहे थे. Okay, then there was another question which was number grid. So that was like this. चार नंबर दिए थे. So the numbers were 101, 45, 35, 50. And in the center it was given as 38. तो इन दोनों को ऐड करना था. ठीक है, और इन दोनों को सब्ट्रैक्ट करना था. So that was the result. So you have to add these, so you will and subtract this. Okay. So then this was 48 184. This was 34 and 56. Right. So same by same logic, you would have got 142 as the answer. And the logic was easily determinable. ये थोड़ा सा आपने बेसिक कर लिया होगा तो ये आपका आ गया होगा. Then another number grid was 35. So that was also easy. Madam, it was just some basic numerical logic. So I found that reasoning was अगर आपने सारे टॉपिक कवर किए, अगर किसी ने कोई टॉपिक छोड़ के गया होगा वुड हैव स्ट्रगल्ड इन सम ऑफ दोस लाइक क्लॉक्स कैलेंडर्स. अगर जिसको सारे टॉपिक आते हैं वुड हैव फाउंड दिस इजी डूएबल. टाइम वाज आल्सो सफिशिएंट. ओके, सो 117 100 110 8 9 34. So what they had done was this minus this and into 9. So 13 into 9, 25 into 8. So they had given 5 and 13 here. Okay, so like into 5 that is 22. So this should be 35. The answer was 35. Okay, so then there were 43 girls in that seating arrangement. And third to left circular देखिए इसमें 12 squares होंगे. I marked 11. Got it wrong. Okay, so that were the answers to this reasoning section. So I did not attempt this, so got the answer cloud 80, and rest these are the answers to it. Okay, so now the expected cutoffs, which I would say that as per my like evaluation of the paper. Now normalization होगा इसमें करते हैं थोड़ा fair रहता है as compared to CET. CET normalization is the same story every year. They are very absurd normalization. Okay, but CMAT at least ठीक normalization करता है. Okay, so like I expect that around 340 you will need for JBMS, ठीक है, 340 प्लस इतना चला जाएगा, ठीक है। 99.9 वुड बी अराउंड 325, 99 परसेंटाइल 295 से 300 के बीच में कहीं आ जाएगी। 300 में तो डेफिनेटली आ जानी चाहिए, दैट इज द एक्सपेक्टेड रेंज। टॉप स्कोर वुड बी 360, मे बी जा सकता है 360, बिकॉज लाइक इट डिपेंड्स ऑन पीपल, लाइक अगर कोई हिस्ट्री पढ़ के जाता है हिस्ट्री पे अच्छा, तो जीके आराम से करनी होगी। And static, like if someone had a good static hold on static GK, would have nailed this paper, because that was the deciding factor. Baki quant and English, they were typical that CMAT type. Just in English, there were different questions. There were questions on like thoda sa snap wala flavor laga mujhe. Like until last year, it was pure uh, like RC's fill in the blank grammar parasample. Grammar was the same like error spotting. But this time there were questions on like grammar rules were tested, but although that were easy ones, okay, and IND was the same type. This GK would be the deciding factor, because depends on uh, like how many people must have done it, put on the history part and all. Okay, so these are the expected uh, like percentile scores. It can vary, right? You cannot get it exactly, but I believe that for JB you might need to get, like if not 340, at least 335, around that number. So 330, 335. So ऊपर ही जाएगी JBMS की cut off. Okay, then some colleges have cut off at 99, 98, 95, 90. So these are going to be the expected cutoffs. So in this range. So anyway, the response sheet will be out soon. So then we will discuss the remaining questions. So ये हो सकता है कि some of the answers might be incorrect, but you must have got a rough estimation of your score in CMAT. Okay, so I hope you found this valuable. So please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. In case you are now preparing for CAT, okay, you're done with the examinations, could not get good result and thinking ki CAT first se dena hai. So we are offering 20% discount on our batch, and it is valid till 31st of May. Okay, you can use this code summer. Okay, and like in this we have live classes, and you get the recordings of those classes which you can access till 31st of March, so that next year if you wish to appear on other exams you can prepare for it. Okay, so we provide topic wise practice sheets. We have doubt resolution group where we like resolve the doubts. I personally resolve the doubts of the students. Okay, and we will be giving 15 full length CAT mocks and 10 sectional tests per section, and will also include GDPI preparation. So in case you know someone who is looking for CAT preparation, you can recommend us. Okay, and like if you recommend someone and you personally tell me that you referred this person and he enrolled, you can get a referral amount also for that. Okay, so please spread the word, right? We are one of the best institutes for MBA preparation. Okay, people do not know about us much, okay, but the kind of effort that I put, our team puts into content is great, right? We provide the best relevant material for all exams. Of course, for CAT, people do not think that we provide good content, but the reality is in CAT there are already too many names. If we strive to provide uh, the best preparation for all MBA exams. Okay, so this was about the uh, responses of CMAT. So do let me know in the comments that how much did you score in the paper, kitna aap expect kar rahe ho. And once the response sheet is out, then you will get a better picture. Okay, so please don't forget to like this video before you exit this stream. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.